In southern Russia, there is a place that looks ordinary on the map, but it hides one of the most toxic secrets in human history. A small, silent lake surrounded by cold forests. But behind this harmless appearance lies one of the most dangerous points on Earth. Lake Karachay is not just radioactive. It is so lethal that staying near it for less than an hour can kill a person. And this is not an exaggeration. It is a documented fact. Hidden for decades, it remains one of the worst environmental crimes ever committed. It all began in the 1940s during the nuclear race. The Soviet Union was desperate to build atomic weapons and compete with the United States. In their haste, they built the Mayak nuclear complex near the lake, a secret facility with limited technology, no safety protocols, and no concern for the future. The mission was simple: produce plutonium fast. Every day, tons of highly unstable radioactive waste were generated. With no idea what to do with so much toxic material, or simply not caring, the Soviets made the most absurd decision possible. They dumped everything into Lake Karachay. Day after day, for years, trucks and pipelines released high-energy radioactive substances into the lake, enough to destroy human cells in seconds. The lake became a liquid tomb for nuclear waste, a secret graveyard no one outside the government was allowed to know about. Workers who reported irregularities were silenced. Documents vanished. The Soviet nuclear program had absolute priority, no matter the cost. Over time, nature began showing clear signs that something was terribly wrong. Plants died instantly on contact with the water. Fish died. Insects disappeared. Even birds that tried to land near the lake would simply drop dead. It was a circle of absolute silence and death. In a short time, Karachay became one of the first human-made biological dead zones. Nothing survived there, not even bacteria. But the darkest chapter was yet to come. In 1967, an intense drought struck the region. The water level dropped drastically, exposing large areas of radioactive sediment, dry as dust. Strong winds lifted that deadly powder and spread it over towns, villages, and farmlands for hundreds of kilometers. People began falling mysteriously ill. Symptoms appeared without explanation: vomiting, internal bleeding, skin burns, hair loss, organ failure. Entire families were affected. Many died in the following months and years. And all of this happened without anyone knowing the real cause. The Soviet Union hid the disaster completely. Doctors were ordered not to record the true diagnoses. Whole populations received no warning or treatment. The world only discovered the truth decades later, when classified archives were revealed. Today we know that the radioactive dust from Karachay reached areas larger than the Chernobyl exclusion zone. And even more terrifying, the lake's original radiation, before the drought, was already enough to kill a person in under an hour. In some spots, just 10 minutes of exposure could cause irreversible damage. Faced with extreme risk, Russia decided to bury the lake. They began covering the entire surface with concrete, stones, and containment layers, as if trying to hide the mistake beneath a massive lid. The strategy reduced exposure but did not eliminate the danger. The radiation is still there, active, alive. Nuclear material does not disappear. It remains dangerous for thousands of years. Any structural failure, any crack, could release the sleeping poison again. Lake Karachay is more than a disaster. It is a tragic monument to human arrogance. A dark reminder that the pursuit of power, guided by secrecy and haste, leaves scars that cannot be erased. The world has changed. Governments have fallen. Borders have shifted. But Karachay remains, silent and still, yet dangerously active. A reminder that some wounds never heal, and nature always takes its revenge. Follow Grandpa for more curiosities.